Sorry, Leos. Alright, so first week of March, we have Five of Cups. Nobody likes him. Okay. Talks about loneliness, especially when you have the Hermit, which is actually the fourth week. Anytime they're in the reading together, doesn't matter where, feeling very lonely. We have a Three of Wands. Yeah, here it is. This says, you've turned your back on somebody or they've turned their back on you. And it can go either way based on this reading. Because this is like they turn their back. Because here, yeah, their back's turned, you're looking out into the future. But here, their back's turned and there is no future. But with these going together, this emotional sadness and depression, it's like a setback that's going to inspire progress. Okay, whether that's for you or somebody you may have recently or in the future are going to dismiss from your life. There's a lot going on with this Five of Cups. All right, not five, it's four. All right, well, clarifying the Five of Cups, we have Nine of Swords, and it's upright. So, nobody likes to see that. That's the woman who has her hands covering her face, or her face are in her hands. She has 9 swords behind her. Sometimes this could be about shame. It could also be about taking shelter. Sometimes it's about, regrets, just waking up, knowing you're actually still in a nightmare. From what it's from, that's up to you. You may feel shame or regret for hurting somebody. You could also feel like you need some shelter because somebody hurt you, especially when these go together. I wish I had the card to show you. But here, he's hiding his face. So one thing, he can't see clearly. And two, it's just like he's ashamed. I see in the first week of March, you may let somebody go. It could be that false love we talked about. Because again, the lovers are in reverse. And that's somebody who's a false love. Then again, it could also be somebody who's just cruel to others and those who love them. So you let them go and they take it very, very hard, like more than you expected. And you're up at night feeling so guilty and ashamed. But you knew it just wasn't right for you. Or you want to let them go, but you're feeling bad about it and you haven't done it yet. Because lovers in reverse over here could also be indecision, okay? Not making that choice that you need to make, or you feel like maybe you made a bad choice. Could be you made a bad choice in getting with this person. And so that's why the union's in reverse. You got out because it was a bad choice. Also, if they got out with you, or even if you broke up with them, no matter who broke up with who, you could still be sad and depressed, because this is also depression. But somebody took it really hard, or they will if it hasn't happened yet. Because this is singles love reading, so I'm assuming it's happening this week because it's in the first week of March. But yeah, basically just being very lonely, isolated, having anxiety. When I see the Hermit with the Nine of Swords, I see loneliness, but I also see isolation and anxiety. It says, you're confronting your responsibility. Like you took on the responsibility of taking that choice and you realized it was a bad choice to be with this person and you ended it. Or they ended it with you and then you started realizing it's a bad choice anyway. But that doesn't mean you're not disappointed, okay? These 3 cups are knocked over. So when I see 3 cups, that reminds me of engagement with groups of people, with friends, celebrations, and those are knocked down. So right now, you're kind of hiding, or they're hiding, and they're not engaging in relationships with people, whether friends or not. They're just not getting together with people. So you could feel bad with that Nine of Swords that they're kind of become a hermit, because we do have that Hermit. Or that could be you, whether you're ashamed or depressed. You could just kind of have isolated yourself. Remember, there's 2 cups remaining. So this gives me hope that you're going to have a new love interest. because Two of Cups is the union of two people coming together. Also, it could be a truce with an enemy. So if you did really hurt somebody, or they hurt you, you could have a truce. Meaning you may not forgive and forget, but at least, you have some kind of truce where we can be civil to each other, especially if you have a child. I'll just say that we have the Four of Cups twice in your reading, and we have the Page of Pentacles, and we also have a Page of Cups. So we have a lot of pages in here, and that tells me about childishness. Not necessarily for the relationship. It could be someone who hasn't grown up yet. And I do see that a little bit in the reading. But as a special education teacher, I automatically see someone has a child with autism or just learning difficulties. So they're kind of in their own little world. They don't see the offer being made. But let's go to the Four of Cups. That's just something that could be for some of you. You have possibly a son, or two sons, because we have Four of Cups twice, with autism, or maybe the person you were in a relationship with had autism or a learning disability, and they weren't able to work, because I see, with Four of Cups and King of Wands in reverse, I see somebody who's not pulling their weight as far as getting a job. Also a man who allows himself to have tantrums. So again, the man, this is supposed to be a man, it could be any gender, but I'm just going by the genders I see. It's a man who allows himself to have tantrums. So again, the man could be childish. It also says, don't break things when you're mad. Somebody gets easily mad. And a man who's bankrupt. Also, just saw that Nine of Swords. We have the Page of Cups over here. Talks about somebody has a gloomy personality right now. It's you or the other person or both. Okay, so back to Four of Cups. This is the second week of March. Sometimes this is don't let on or don't take an offer. Sometimes, again, you're looking at this group that hasn't fallen over and you're not seeing the other one. So yeah, for a while, you or someone else isn't joining the group. A new love offer probably comes in, but you can't see it just yet. And that's what's hinted in with these Two of Cups upright and the Five of Cups. But you don't see it. You're just focused on trying to get back into the groove, getting the swing of things, getting with people. Also, if somebody doesn't take an offer or they don't admit to something, it's like their inadmission leads to indecision. You can't make a decision. With the Hermit in the second week of March for the Four of Cups, the Hermit clarifies the second week, saying that you're probably not being honest with yourself. There's some facts going on that you aren't believing them. You're not seeing the truth. And again, we do have people with their eyes covered in the first week of March. So it could just be you hiding your eyes because you're depressed. So you may not have broke up with them yet, but it's impending, or that was already in the past. And that's just leftover residual feelings that first week. But this, just refusing to see, denying the truth. Could be that somebody's non-monogamous. Like you're offering love or they're offering love and they have all these other people they can be with. Because you know what Three of Cups can mean too, right? So somebody's non-monogamous, I can see that. And just not playing it safe right now. So, I would be a little careful about sexually transmitted diseases if somebody's not playing safe and they're playing with everybody. Be careful. This also emphatically states that is not true. Okay. So whatever that's about, It also says that that he won't admit to something and you're aware that he's denying something. So he could have been a cheater who's also not wanting to get a job and not paying his way and he's bankrupt. And it could be because he has a learning disability, it's hard for him to get a job. But either way, he's still non-monogamous and doesn't seem like it's working out. And you may have investigated with the Hermit, but he's in reverse, so it probably revealed nothing. Like, there's something there, you just didn't see it. And here we have concealment. So something was concealed. They were probably very, very cautious. Or could just be refusing to investigate. Being very unrealistic about what the truth is. He's like, nope. I see that up there. I'm just not even going to pay attention to it. Okay. One of you is that person. One of you is the one who doesn't see it. And one of you is the one who's saying, I'm not even going to investigate. So, I mean, you could just feel left out. Like you see that this person is with these other people and you feel left out because they're not accepting your offer. You're contemplating. I see a lot of meditation or introspection, which goes along with the Hermit. You're probably meditating on this non-monogamous, or just getting back into being with people again. Also says somebody may need your help, but you don't see it till it's too late. But mainly I see this as love offer not being seen yet. Or it could be not seeing a love offer for what it really is. And you may just be really reserved about this and trying not to be emotionally attached. Clarifying that is King of Wands in reverse. Just thinking about the Hermit with the King of Wands. They're both reversed. So that tells me you're looking for a man who isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. Because this is like a man, well, this is a man who works with tools, works with his hands, very passionate, like a blue collar. Here he's not. And here you're looking for him, but you're just not finding him. Like you want that, well, I'm from the South. So you want that good old-fashioned gentleman. The one who will work hard, get dirty, come home, take a shower, and woo you and sweep you off your feet. He's going to help pay the bills, and he's going to take care of you and your kids, and he's just going to be an all-around good guy. But this could also mean like a craftsman, somebody who's like maybe a carpenter. So look for construction work or carpenter. That's what you're looking for, but this person that you were just with, or the one that you're thinking of getting with, maybe doesn't have a job at all, and you really want somebody who's doing an honest day's work, and you want somebody who works for a living, you know? So maybe you get an offer of help from a construction person. Because I see these two together like that. And that could be what the Page of Cups is about, an offer of helping out from someone. Also with King of Wands in reverse, I see somebody who's arrogant. He's not settling down. Because remember, non-monogamous, he's not settling down. That's clarifying that. If you want true love and devotion, you're not getting it from him. Okay. Like this is a married guy. This is a guy who's like not never getting married ever. This is somebody who wants their freedom. They may be in international business with the Three of Wands. Okay. So if they're in our international business, they're not really what you're looking for if they do have a job. Some of this I'm saying they don't have one. You want a blue collar type of man. You don't want the international business suit and tie guy. I'm sorry, this reading seems to really appeal to the ladies. Sorry about that. You want somebody who has a drive that's attractive. Like nothing's going to get in their way. They're going to get it done. Maybe not in an arrogant way, but just somebody who's powerful and passionate. They have a good ambition and drive. We know ladies like that ambition. Just saying. It's very sexy. Okay, moving on to the third week, we have Page of Pentacles in reverse. And clarifying it is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So this tells me you're not considering some choices. Here, this is like reflection, assessment, getting wisdom, figuring out people's motives. Oh, it's also investigating. Ooh, we just told that we're refusing to investigate with the Four of Cups and the Hermit. Ooh. So I almost didn't even need to read this last week because it talks about not investigating. Like, not doing it. It's just not true. I'm not going to see things for what they really are. Okay, Leos. You know there's a false love, okay? Just saying. Make some good decisions here. Yeah, so not investigating because this is investigation in reverse. So not only are you not focusing on it, you're just not even going to investigate. We got 2 non-investigation cards. Not even focusing on it, or you're not seeing it. Also, this could be you're not looking at the fact that it's a bad investment. It's going nowhere. It's not growing, it's stagnant. So yeah, we have this indecision as well. There's no period of introspection or solitude. So this could be you're coming out of some kind of meditation or solitude because it looks like you went into it a little bit with the Four of Cups, but not necessarily. That could just mean wanting somebody who works hard for a living. Also somebody who will be monogamous with you. And you're saying, nope, I'm not taking you because you don't know how to be faithful to one person. Also, you could just be, you're not making a decision because you're afraid of failure. It says, you'll lose the opportunity, but it's your choice. And the opportunity doesn't seem that great, Leos, okay? Again, when you have anxiety, it says you need to confront it head on, just like the Nine of Swords. So you confronted something head on, and then something happens. I'm not sure what it is that happens. But again, you're just not investigating. Yeah. Okay. 4th week, let's just go ahead and talk about it. Hermit and Four of Cups. So refusing to investigate, not seeing something, not even thinking about looking it up and seeing what's going on. Over here with the Three of Wands, because they happen to be next to each other. That's just because I put them there, though. I didn't think about that. Four of Cups and Three of Wands says you want more recognition or more reward. And you notice how this guy has his back turned, right? So either you want somebody to stop turning their back on you, or they want you to stop turning your back on them. And that's what I see here. See, also, when you look at the picture of the Four of Cups, his back's a little turned to the cup that's being offered, but it's like sideways a little bit. Just not seeing it. Okay, so you want more recognition, you want more attention. I was surprised I didn't get the Six of Pentacles on here. Also refusing to see that someone's not good or right for you. And then we have Lovers in reverse, you guys. I told you, beware of false love. Because once you get rid of them, true love will come in. So I would, if I were you, I'd be jumping the gun to break up with whoever comes next or refusing the offer from whoever comes next because, yeah, I'm getting my soulmate, guys. Let's go. But, I can only tell you so much. Let's talk about the Lovers then. Lovers. With the Hermit here. Hey, get over here. Okay, with the Hermit, we have being estranged from someone. This is in your 4th week. But he's in reverse. So this makes me think that if you were estranged, at the beginning of the month, you may make a bad choice and you may let them come back. Because here, this is being estranged. Somebody's going off. And perhaps it was like this, it was a great choice. Yay, good decision. And it's like this. oh, made a bad choice. You're letting them come back. But either way, there's some estrangement with a person, okay, with a past lover. This also talks about not reflecting. Indecision, not reflecting. Being separated, being disconnected. Also, a person unable to commit. And they probably hide it. Just somebody has very unbalanced behavior. This is a cruel person, remember. Somebody who's cruel to those who love them. With the Strength card, which is yours, it's in reverse. So all this great energy here. This talks about short-term love that's weak. Then with the Three of Wands, remember these three cards popped up, okay? With Three of Wands in reverse and the Lovers in reverse, it says not moving forward in a relationship. So good. Like here we have a future, here we don't. So that's a good thing. And then again, you know, with Five of Cups, somebody took the breakup hard. It's probably your lover. Again, this is like the overall energy to me, aside from the Four of Cups, which showed up twice.